All right, let's try a little map on the computer today. So we took, well, I can't really show you, I guess. We took a route from Universal on 4 freeway and it took us right down into Tampa, okay, almost. And then we got on 75 and that took us the rest of the way south along the Gulf down to Fort Myers and then on to Pine Island, Captiva, and Sanibel Island. But what's interesting today, look at this route. I guess that route must be so heavy and long that they don't even offer it as an option. They're showing you going through the middle of the state or swinging towards the Atlantic and then coming back all the way to Fort Myers and getting on the islands. But we did come back this way to Orlando, which was really nice. It was, nice 2-lane road and, or, I guess 2-lane each way. And went through some small towns, but it was nice and it kept flowing. But we avoided all the freeway coming back. So um, when you got down to Fort Myers, I'm trying to zoom in here slow and show you. A lot of these islands really got damaged in the last couple of years in hurricanes. Here's Pine Island, okay, and this is where we stayed, kind of down in the St. James area. There's one little road right there that connects it, and I'll show you that here in a second. You would hope that there would have been a road to go from Pine Island over to the beautiful Captiva or down to Sanibel. No, you've got to go back out that road, come across into Cape Coral here, over, and then take a road in like that. So even though you're at the house here in St. James and you're looking straight across and you see Captiva, there is no way to get there from here. You have to go out of the island, across, back over the bridges, and then you can come right here. If you had a boat, 10 minutes. Boom, 10 minutes. Or you can go around and get on the beach side of these islands. This is where all the shells are on the outer side. Beautiful islands, beautiful. You'll see in some pictures and drone shots I just took. But that was awesome to explore this little area of Florida. It was a short weekend, but at least I got my feet wet down there. I would love to go back and explore it, further now that I kind of know my way around. But that's it. Let me see if we can zoom in a little closer on some of those here. Malasha has some shops right here, but this is the bridge that gets you onto Pine Island, and that bridge got damaged in the hurricanes. So people that stayed during the hurricane were trapped on the island. People that had evacuated that needed to get back to their homes couldn't because that bridge was gone. So it's back in place now, and you can get across, but they're still working on it. And that, like I said, that's the bridges and the shops in there and the marina and everything. And I explored that little area. It's kind of fun. A lot of the restaurants and shops didn't make it. They got removed. But down here, can I get in a little closer on that? I want to show you. Okay. Well, it's touchy. It's touchy. So I'm on Sanibel, and once you come in on the main road, you can always take these little artery roads out to the beach. And again, that's where it would have been fun to really tear that island up and check out for shells. But we got on the beach there just for a little bit. And the same thing up here, another little bridge that gets you onto Captiva Island, okay? And once you're on this island, awesome beaches. Not so many shells as there was down here, but this is where we hung out for a minute and took the drone up and down the beach. Beautiful, beautiful beaches. I loved them. And then St. James here, this Pine Island, very old school Florida, sleepy. Best way I can kind of describe it. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. We came across on the road and then we went north, okay? I think I took a little video way out here on the point looking, but we saw that interesting house with all the paper mache foam, statues way up here. But we stayed way down here. So I believe this is like, I don't know, 2 miles. Where's my scale? It's just off the screen. But this is like maybe 2, 3 miles wide, maybe 20 miles long. Okay. So very skinny island, and protected by the Sanibel and Captiva a little bit, coming in from this up here would be north, south, west, east over on this side. So that's it. Just wanted to show you a little map of getting down to the area we played around in for the weekend. And what is it? 4 hours. So you've got a good, if you stop for gas, you stop for a rest stop, it's going to be a 4 hour plus easy. But this is interesting here to see it taking you way over this way and then way back for almost the same amount of time as coming straight down. So there must be some heavy traffic right now.
I am on my way over to Fort Myers, Florida. That's a location I've never been to before. It's about 4 hours from Orlando, over towards the Gulf and then down a couple hours. But I had to pull over and take a video of something I want to put behind the house, out there behind the fence. What do you guys think? Would this look good looking in my backyard? Holy cow! This guy is monstrous. And the more I'm looking at him, I'm noticing he's been hit by arrows in several places. Look at that. Can you imagine waking up and looking out over the backyard and seeing him peering in? This is Dinosaur World, just past Lakeland. Never been here either. This will be on the bucket list. But man, I had to stop and get a good picture of this guy. T-Rex. If that ever goes up for sale, somebody let me know. All right, we're gonna hit the road. I'm here with friends from Illinois. They came down for a week. We saw that, we had to stop, but I'm excited because Fort Myers is shell capital, I believe, sand dollars, and we're going to have some fun over there for a couple days. Back on the road, here we go. I think that would look good in the backyard. At Mr. Greek's Euros, and I'm going to say it like that because that's what I believe it is said, like Euro. But look at this little place, very cool. We still got about an hour to go to Fort Myers, where we're going, Pine Island, St. James, and so we're just taking a little break, but grabbing a Euro. Let's check it out. All right, we're on St. James Island. I think it's also called Pine Island. Look at this. This is beautiful. So this is the Gulf. Call it what you want. America, Gulf of Mexico. It's up to you. You decide. Wow, look at that watercolor. All right, we're gonna do some exploring for the next day and a half, I guess, here. So I'm sure I'm gonna tear this island up. All right, we're going to continue on, see what we see. A-frame, man, that's so cool. And that on the back side is the Gulf. Their backyard is the Gulf right there. Holy cow! Got Elvis over here. I'm going to have to just back up and show you the front of this property so that you can really understand what we just found and pulled into here. Wow.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah.
Jeff here.
Jeff, I'm Jim.
Hey, Jim. I'm Jeff.
Can I video a little bit on your property?
Feel free to do whatever.
All right, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Jeez. He would have done that at the mailbox.
Oh,
man.
Done to that one before.
Oh, man.
A few drinks in him.
Because that was at the center at Gallery.
I'm going to start at the front. So my friends have brought me down to Fort Myers, basically Pine Island, St. James Island. And there is a man named Jeff here who has created a heck of a roadside attraction, I guess you could call it. Look at this. He's trimming the hedge. I got a python, or no, king cobra. Look at the alligator. She's wrestling the alligator. There's a golf course in his front yard. I don't even know what to think. I thought all these people were real under the house, but they're all, look at, he's up there. Oh wow, he's got his sniper rifle. There's a shark, a lady in a wheelchair up there. Some monkeys climbing the tree. Holy cow, Jeff, the gentleman that owns this. Oh, this is the lift. That's cool. Step down off the golf course. It's a crazy place out. Look at this baby. She's got a tan line. Hey now. Marilyn Monroe, there she is. You get this weird feeling that everybody's alive around you sitting here. I know, I thought this was a real gentleman sitting here. It scared me.
Wow. He made a video and telling how he makes them. He just told those guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't do it for money.
Look at the Elvises are back here. Man, watch your step. You'd go right in. Look at these guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is just something I've never seen before. Look at these canals here. I mean, the houses are built along these canals and you just drop your boat in and you can get right out to the Gulf from here. Let's see what's back here. Oh wow, there's a sea monster. Look at this. I'd love to do this at my house. Look at this. Seashells. It's a great ground cover. I might have to think about that. Oh, I think he's relieving himself maybe. Look at this. What's this guy doing? Oh, he's hooked up to a, yeah, he's hooked up to a hose. Look at this little pump. Uh-oh. Pissed on, pissed off. Oh! How about that?
Funny.
That is too funny. Wow. What? Oh, there's the other side of this shark. I didn't see that. Well, you don't see this place every day. Look at it. You look down there and you see 3 Elvises just kind of peeking around that corner at us.
Yeah, caught in the trap.
Caught in the trap. That's pretty good, dude. You're quick. I like it. Article out of the paper about the artist here. His name is Jeff Abbott. Sits inside his painting studio. Abbott is also a 3D artist who creates whimsical sculptures. He's actually out front right now talking to people. Look at this snake. Is that the same one I'm looking at there maybe? People are playing putt-putt. Wow. Pine Island artist wows visitors with his 3D foam creations. That is crazy. She's wrestling the alligator. Look at that.
Maybe like that commercial jump off, reach up.
They're so real looking. The birthday cake. Wow. This is crazy. Up, she's mowing. Look at it in her high heel shoes.
I don't know.
Take this camera around this corner. You tell me what this looks like on a first glance. Look at that. I'm gonna do it again. You ready? What's that look like he's doing back there? And that's exactly what he's supposed to look like he's doing. I asked the artist Jeff, who's over here, I said, what do you have to do every time a storm rolls through? And he goes, well, if they're gonna be big ones, everything goes in the garage area and an upstairs area. And I said, how heavy are they? And they're feather light. They're just like PVC pipe wrapped in foam that he's created. So they're super light. He picked the whole human up, probably 3 pounds, 4 pounds, nothing. That is crazy. So if you're ever over here, 8165, and I'd have to figure out what street it is. Wow. That is just something you wouldn't expect to see on a island street. Mannequin house, I guess that's what it's known as. Oh, maybe you can see the insides of one of these right here. Yeah, it's just like foam that he's covered with something. Moyer Lane is where that gentleman's house is at. Moyer Lane. And look how close he was. 10 houses down from the ocean, or the Gulf. Perfect day, 81 degrees, windy. I'm gonna do some more exploring. There's that A-frame.
Hang on.
Had dinner at the waterfront restaurant and marina. Wow, really good food here. But the Gulf in Sanibel Island is right over here. And look at this house right at the end being built. Look at that. Wow. Right there, they're on the Gulf. All right, my ride's leaving. All right, here we are. Welcome to Captiva. So the bridge is right here. Look how foggy it is. But we are on our way that way to the end of the road. Everybody's got these cool little signs that we've been noticing, you know, whatever name they've given their house. I like that idea. I might have to steal that. But they got these berms here to kind of stop the erosion. It's hard to see the water on the other side, but that's the Gulf right there. Cool. So now we're going to go down to Captiva. Here we go. Captiva Island, Florida, just past Sanibel Island, end of the road. Can't go any farther than where we just parked. Wow, what a beach. I'm gonna start looking for some shells. I didn't bring my scoop. I used a scoop over at Venice Beach to find shark's teeth. But I'm gonna be honest, I actually thought a lot more shells would just be kind of laying up here. And it probably all depends on the surf and the tide and storms that are bringing them in. But we do have a little grocery bag here. We parked right at the end of the road. We're just gonna have fun. See what we find. There's one right there. Look at that. Let's see what this guy looks like. Cool. A lot of them are broken, but all right, here we go. The hunt is on. Fog is starting to lift. It's been pretty foggy today. Maybe I'll fly the drone in a little bit. That'll be fun. Probably after high tide started going down, somebody made a little artwork here in the sand. Found a few more, but I think I'm gonna have to walk out into the surf and kind of pick them out of there as they're getting tossed, because there's just not that many on the shore. We're trying to figure out our technique. If you go out here in the surf where it's breaking, you see some big shells, but then the next wave pulls them back, so you gotta act real quick if you see one you like. Jackie just got a huge piece of coral about the size of the palm of your hand. It was rolling. It was rolling right here in the surf. So we're getting our bags, and I'm not even really. If it looks cool, I just drop it in the bag. I'll look at them all later and decide which ones I want to keep. But you know what? It's just the experience of coming here with friends. If I find some cool shells, great, you know? I already found some. It was already worth the trip. Man, I wish you could see it, but there's so many right here, but they just keep getting churned up by the water. So you gotta jump in there real quick if you see a big one, like right there. Like right there, I got my foot on one, but to reach down there and get this one, you know, it's gone. That's how it goes. Wow, the water is pretty nice. I'm gonna figure out what the temperature is for you, and then I'll let you know. Look how far away she's already. She's in her own little world. But wow, I got lucky today. It's 65 degrees Fahrenheit now here on the beach, 18 degrees Celsius, and the water is also 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius. So the air and water temperature are the same as of right now. Sun's been under the cloud or above the clouds. It's been foggy today. High tide is coming up. That's kind of the bummer with shell hunting. All the shells are in this big band, you know, right out here, instead of up here on the beach where it'd be super nice to find them. But it's bringing them up little by little. But the high tide is at like 1:30, and then the next low tide is at 5 p.m. tonight. So kind of hitting it at the perfect wrong time. Yes, these guys just caught a catfish right out of the Gulf. Wow, look at his whiskers or whatever you call that. What are you using for bait?
Just shrimp.
Shrimp. So that's the hook of shrimp right there in his mouth. Huh? Yeah. All right, good catch, guys. Cool. Catfish. Man, this sounds good, right? Oh, the ocean's. See? I can see all these shells right here in the shore break. When that happens. High tide is coming up. You can see where the beach has been eroded all the way down. Cool. We just drove to Sanibel Inn. I can't even describe, I don't know if it's timeshares or rentals or what, but right in the middle of it. And the reason we stopped here, Jackie's walking out to the Gulf right there. Look at the nice beach. There's actually a couple boats out there. but the food is coming. We've just stopped at Island Time. It's a little restaurant right in the middle here, and they got, you know, pretty good selection, pretty pricey. I got a burrito coming with some chips and salsa, but they got sandwiches, a lot of fish. I was hoping they had a tiki mug or a shirt or a hat or something. I just want to get a tiki bar shirt or hat while I'm down here, but I didn't see one. It's a little breezy. Can't even hang on to this menu. Island Time is the name of it. So let's go see how the food is. Looks like you can rent kayaks and paddle boards. That's cool. But real nice beach. Look at that. Nice boardwalk out to it. Barbecue your own food if you have some. It's a nice resort. This is on Sanibel Island. All right, we made it to Sanibel Island. This is where we ate, right up here at this resort. Look how socked in. It's kind of foggy right now. But this is what I thought beaches were gonna be like with the shells. Look at it, I've already walked 50 feet and found a bunch of nice ones. But these shells are so plentiful here. And I didn't realize after we ate, we'd walk down here, so I didn't bring a bag. Wow. It's just a line of them where the water has washed them up. And I think low tide, I think high tide has passed, so now the water's going back out. But if you walk out here, look at the waves. They're so much smaller than they were around the corner. Look at that big shell right there. I got my tennis shoes on. I might have to pop them off so I can walk in there and grab a few of those deeper ones.
Oh my God, he's flying right with us. So cool.
I'm going 30. This guy is going 30. There he goes, peeling off.